are live streaming.
Morena tātou. We've just been informed that we're now live streaming. So we will kick off our hui for today. And I would like to ask Korodon if he could open us up with a karakia, please.
Kia ora tātou, I roto nā I tēnei o tātou hui. Tēnei hui e whakapiri mai rā tātou. Kia puta mai o mātou whakaaro. Mai ngā iwi e toru. Kia tātou katoa. Ani rā taku mihi. Ki taku whanau ngai noho mai rā te rā kōkona. Taku kere, tēnā rā koe e hoa, ki ana te kōrero, teitanga māhaki kahi ka te, teitanga māhaki mākau. Nō reira haramai koutou katoa, ki tēnei o tātou kauni hera. Nō reira, kia tukuna tūrā, e whakamoimichi. He honore e kororia ki te atua, he maungarongo ki rungara I te whenua, he whakaaro pai ki ngā tāngata katoa. Ko koe rā te ringa arahi e ihua, te mārama e tia homai ki rungari a mātou, I roto I tēnei o tātou hui mai te tīmatatanga taino atu ki te butunga. Ko koe anō hoki he whakakaha I a mātou, I roto I ngā kōrero katoa ka puta mai I tēnei wā. Reira manaki mai, a tiakina mai a mātou, Rōria rā ki toingoa tapu, ake, āmene. Kia ora tātou.
Kia ora koro. Just noting that Korodon may have to leave at 12:30, but we should be finished by then today. Kia ora tātou, no mahara mai. To those online, kia ora. Hope you can hear us. And second on the agenda, do we have any apologies? So Denise Hapata. Any others?
Frank Hippolyte.
Frank, kia ora rawari.
He may drop in now and then, as I may too. I may have to drop out of that mucky, so.
Kia ora. If that's all. I think he is online, yeah.
And Aurelia Mason.
Yeah. And I believe Oriwi is online as well. I can't see her. In and out, okay. So Huriwai is online, Oriwi will be in and out as well. Can we move the apologies? Mia? Seconder? Kirsten, thank you. We have no one in public speaking, is that correct? Yeah. All right. And we have no additional agenda items. So moving on to confirmation of minutes. Now, I just want to note on the minutes from the last meeting, there was a confirmation of members, and just to confirm that at that point 4, we were confirming the members that were present representing the iwi. We weren't confirming the actual membership, okay? So that's whangati toa and Te Atiawa to do that, so I don't want to overstep. So that's what we were doing there. And I might ask Rawari, as our Atiawa member, have you confirmed your membership officially to KCDC at the moment, or shall I just confirm membership like I did last week?
We haven't confirmed it formally as yet, okay, so I just confirmed it as you did last week.
Great. Okay, so what we will do is I will leave the minutes as they are. Or do you think we should amend them? Just checking with Hara.
Yeah, I think we should have, because it reads like we're confirming
membership,
so maybe Patai Tikia Anna.
For that meeting, maybe we'll just add in like a little thing for the meeting.
And can we move the minutes with the amendment? Okay. So we will be amending that 4.2 in the minutes to read that we are confirming the membership that was present that day. So based on that, can I have a mover for the minutes, please? Anybody? Martin? And a seconder. Don't all speak at once. Kirsten wasn't here. Kirsten wasn't here, so Kirsten can't move. I can second. I'll second them. So we move the minutes. We have, my run sheet says we have no reports. And we can move on, is that correct? Let's just double check that. Okay. And we can move on to iwi updates. So if we have any updates from our iwi, I might go online first to you, Rawiri, if you have any updates from Atiawa.
No, not at this stage. There's nothing really to share that's earth-shattering from an iwi perspective. We are attending the National Iwi Chairs Forum this week, Frank and I. There may be some take there, kaupapa there that we bring back and perhaps talk about the next hui, but at this stage, no.
Kia
Nothing
ora.
to share.
Kia ora. I'll just, Huriwai, do you have any updates from Ngāti Toa?
Kia ora everyone, no updates on my end.
Great. And Kirsten? And I'm not sure if we shared this last hui, but just a reminder that we are currently going through establishing our new entity. We were registered as a separate entity on the 1st of July, and so that's our financial start date. And we're just going through, currently the board is going through the appointment of a general manager. So for the next few months, we will be muddling along as we have been until that appointment is made. And I see we have treaty updates next, so I'll leave that till point 8, and I'll go around the table again. So there's nothing else from you, Kirsten? No. So that's nothing else from us. So moving on to, where are we? Any pānui about treaty settlement. So I wonder, just quickly, so Ngāti Raukawa hearings were held on Thursday and Friday, I believe. And Kirsten, can you just update us, because I believe you were present there?
Yeah, that was the. Turn myself off. Yeah, so after a number of years and many hearings across the district, last week was to be the last hearing for Ngāti Raukawa in this region. And so that rounds off the hearings process. There's still some question and answer things to occur, and then of course the report from the tribunal before we get close to the settlements process, which is another usually quite long process, but we'll see. So yeah, it was quite an amazing experience. There's been mountains and mountains of reports that have come out from the various hapu and then from the different claims within the area. And it was a real pleasure to read a lot of the material, to listen to the speakers at some of the hui, and to spend time with hapu and whānau at the marae over the last sort of 6-month period. Yeah, so I just guess it's a acknowledgement to all the tribunal members, and then all of the individuals and whānau and hapu that have put a lot of effort into presenting their information about their history and what's happened. It's been a huge undertaking for many. Yeah, e mihi ana. Kia rātou.
If I'll just ask Rawiri, and I'm not sure if there's any treaty kaupapa or updates in your space, Rawiri, for Te Atiawa?
Look, it's the last update sort of still stands, but I guess we're looking now that the Takitaima 1 hearings have completed. We're looking at what's next and discussing with our claims committee a strategy going forward in that space. Yeah, that's all I'd get at this stage, really. But the same thing, the Takutai Moana hearing, where there was a lot of our kōrero given, Te Atiawa kōrero given about our Takutai Moana. And a lot of our kaumātua spoke to that, to talk to our position in the Kapiti Coast and our mana whenua over the Takutai Moana. So yeah, next steps is a little bit of, there'll be more hearings of judgment, and we'll wait for that, really.
Kia ora. We've just got a bit of static going on in the back that we're trying to figure out.
Oh, sorry, was I a little bit laggy, was it?
No, you're fine. I think it's us here internally. Kia ora for that. Huriwai, do you have any, well, you wouldn't have any treaty updates, but is there anything happening in your space around the Takutai?
No, yeah, nothing. Like I said, nothing really to update beyond what was done last time. But I think it would be interesting to see how the announcement to re-establish the test for the Takutai Moana, how that will flow through from the evidence given and where that lands. But no specific update.
Okay. Kia ora. Now we can move on to council updates, and I believe we have an update of the review from the iwi partnership team. Yeah.
Can I add just one thing? I should have added before.
Yeah. Go ahead.
And I guess it goes back to the recent High Court here ruling about the KCDC, the council's scheduling of the wāhi tapu at our Karewerewa Urupa. Whether you know or not, the ruling went against the scheduling, and I believe that now we'll go into discussions with KCDC of what's next, and our claims committee will be involved in that as well.
Kia ora. Just note that in the minutes. We can just note that in the minutes under iwi updates. That would be good. Yeah. Right. I believe we've got a presentation.
Morena tātou te whare. I'm presenting this morning on behalf of Orewia Mason, who prepared these slides. I'm not too sure if she's online, but we'll carry on. So, can you hear me all right? Yep. Over the past couple of months, Orewia and I have been reviewing how the review for Te Whakaminenga o Kapiti will look and how we'll roll that out this year. With the start of the new financial year, it kicked off the project for our iwi partnership team, and alongside that we've recruited obviously the staff sitting down there. So at a high level, the purpose of the review is to assess the partnership performance along with mutual understanding, kind of what it already is, but more of a facelift. So just a couple of points to note there. It was signed in 94, redesign existing memorandum of partnership and the terms of reference to ensure partnership is effective. So the objectives of the review: evaluate the effectiveness of existing collaboration and communication mechanisms. So across, whilst Orewia and I were working on this mahi, we noticed that since the review that Te Atiawa did some years ago was helpful in identifying some form of gaps. And one of them was assessing the achievement of goals and objectives that iwi and council have, so they're more aligned and more effectively delivered on. Ensure council upholds the principles of te tiriti o Waitangi in all aspects of engagement. So that's at a governance level and an operational level. So with the team that we now have, we're establishing some process development around the internal function of how our staff engage with council, and that will flow up into Te Whakaminenga o Kapiti and the governance structures. So the overview of our plan at a high level. So we're currently analysing the memorandum of partnership in our terms of reference. And we hope to have a plan established next month. So that'll be workshops with our iwi partners and councillors at this, it's not added there, but with Te Whakaminenga o Kapiti. And organise and for that collaborative input. We hope that along the way, and especially in the engagement section, it might take a little bit longer. There might be a lot more that will fall out of it in terms of that collaboration and everybody's input. But we've got August to October there with easement that it might go a little bit longer due to people's timetables. The development through from October to December with implementation in early 2025. So our aim for the development is to be signed off so we can have a updated memorandum of partnership within the 30 years, so we can celebrate the 30 years of Te Whakaminenga at the same time, hopefully. But we'll see how we go. Our next steps, so providing everybody's okay with what we've presented in terms of our plan, we hope to develop and present a detailed review plan including timeframes and key milestones early next month. Design and present an engagement plan for approval by iwi partners, August. Organise a preliminary workshop to set the direction and provide insights from the review process in late August. That's us. Any pātai?
I'm just checking to see if there's any part-time online. Just from me, we'll go to me, Janet, while we wait until we're checking people online.
Yeah, it's not really a question, just to say that it's really good to see this underway, and I know it's a discussion that elected members have been looking forward to, so we're really keen on being fully engaged in this next wee while. So really great to see this, and it looks like a really solid kind of outline of a plan of how to go about it and tackle it. So no, well done, thank you.
Kia ora, and we don't seem to have any questions online. And again, with me, not a question, probably more of a statement, and probably in terms of what we're looking to get out of this is a cohesive alignment with a treaty house model, and how everything that we've done leading up to this, we've had reviews and we've had additional seats at council, and we've just moved as we've needed to, but now it's actually a good idea to step back and look at what all of that looks like, and look at what, now that we've got a few years under our belt, Kirsten, in this space, what that whole thing looks like and where we actually want to go, so that we can get a more streamlined and effective approach for everyone. So that'll be great. Good luck with your timeline. Well done. That'll be great. And I know Auntie Denise is looking forward to the celebration, so it'll be good to tie it into that. I do know that we also have a review update from Kate and Anna around the meeting dates. Will they be presented? Yep, cool. But I'm just noting that may tie into this review as well, and whether we look at meeting dates going forward, that sit around and align with Matariki, and what that looks like may also drop out of the review. But I believe
Right.
these are just the meeting dates for now going forward. Yeah. Okay, so if there's any other questions
Kia ora.
for Hara? Kyle? Thank you, Hara, and thank you, team, for that. We're all
Excuse
looking
me,
forward
Madam
to
Chair.
that.
Just a request whether it's appropriate to have that up on Hub so other councillors can see that as well.
What?
Yeah,
That'd be cool.
no
Thank you.
problem then. No part-time. Yeah, cool. So, thank you for that, and we will move on to the meeting dates for Te Whakaminenga, and I believe it's Kate and Anna presenting.
Kia ora koutou. So thank you, Madam Chair. We really just wanted to start a discussion today. I know for practicality purposes, we have in the past, or council has in the past, set Whakaminenga or Kapiti meetings approximately every 6 weeks. Just because we have a meeting schedule and it's just the way it works. But as a team, we really wanted to come to you and say what will work for you as our partners, and is there anything we could do to make it easier for you to attend meetings here, and is there a better way for us to align the meetings that work with you?
Yeah. Kia ora, Anna. And I think just to support Anna's comments, it was something that we also noted as well in the mahi that we've been doing around the Te Whakaminenga o Kapiti review, and that's with now these seats that our iwi partners have on all standing committees, there's kind of been gaps that I've identified with iwi. Well, not gaps, but a wee bit of an overlap in terms of resourcing and their availability. So looking at our calendars for next year, trying to streamline that so we can assist with that capacity for iwi to attend all of our committee hui as well as our Tiwok hui, and the placement of those meetings if we can assist in that in any way. As well as Kim's comment about the Matariki calendar as well. Kia ora.
Do we have any comments or questions around the meeting dates that we'd like to raise now? Nothing online. I don't see anything online. Before I just have a comment about the meeting dates, I'd just like to welcome back Sophie. It's been 2 months in Japan. It's just walked into our hui. No mahara mai. Hoki mai. No, that's fine. Just on the dates, like Hara said, it's figuring out what that whole package looks like together. And for me, it would be really helpful, and that maybe this comes out of the plan or the dates or both, for our art representatives to actually meet with our reps, with the whole team, to actually weave that into that review and the meeting dates, and provide a space where we can come together to collectively discuss what's on the table, so that we can start to get some cohesive and collaborative, ideas and motions and opinions coming out, so that we can take them to council as a united front. A lot of the times we're doing that in another space, and there is not a time where we can cohesively come together, not just with our Te Whakaminenga reps, but with all our council reps that represent us at these hui. Because ideally going forward, we will have a team of people, in particular from our point of view, we'll have a team of people who can actually really give effect to those committees, and that have some specialist knowledge in there, which would be more beneficial. And just how we figure out how they all get to come together, so that when we come to these hui, we all know where we're at and we can have an effective meeting. That would probably be my only comment on that. But thank you for the calendar, and I love that the school holidays have locked out. I love that.
Well, he momo pātai, a question. Would it be helpful, Madam Chair, if we considered Dem Services calendar in the review and aligned that kaupapa with our project, so input into that engagement phase, because we haven't actually done that. And if you want to establish a Matariki
Yeah, that might be an idea, and that might be
Okay,
something
cool.
that drops out of the review. So, actually, I think we should, if we all agree, that's a good idea. That might be a good way to actually bring that into the fold.
So it doesn't
Yeah.
get lost, dropped.
Yes, exactly. Any objections to that? I'm just widening the workload. No objections? Great. Thank you.
Do we need a pass motion?
No. So, next on our list we have correspondence, te whakawhiti kōrero. And it also says roundtable updates. So I might take this opportunity for anyone around the table, if they have any updates, they can put them on the table now. I've got nothing online so far. Madam Mayor.
Yeah, I have three things I'd like to touch on in this forum. The first is a huge congratulations to Korodon and everyone who was involved in the Kamātua Day. Unfortunately, I couldn't be there, but I heard absolutely fantastic things about it and saw a wonderful video of Kuia dancing in the aisles. So it was just, a real achievement. So, and it was a pleasure to be able to support that through the Merrill Fund. So thank you to everybody who put that on. The second thing is congratulations to Te Raukura ki Otaki, who received a Think Big grant last night. It's an amazing occasion, and they all spoke and gave an update about the amazing work that they do up in Otaki and the variety of stuff that they deliver for young people by young people is just extraordinary. So I look forward to finding out more about their kaupapa in the future. And the third thing is, at this afternoon's council meeting, we will be approving our final proposal for the representation review, which includes a Māori ward, at the same time as the new legislation is making its way through Parliament. So we'll be deciding whether to move a motion of intention to continue or rescind. We've had a strong message from this forum that the preference is to continue with the process. But we are required by legislation, after the legislation passes, to bring a paper to council. So unless that happens by 1:30 today, we'll have to have a separate paper that comes to council whether or not we want to continue. So the fact that that paper is coming is not any kind of necessarily any kind of indication that we're planning to change course. We're just required to make a decision either way. And that's something new that came in the legislation. Instead of pulling back, central government pushed further forward in terms of creating obstacles and hurdles for us to jump through and over. So, so that's it from me.
Kia ora, thank you. Anybody else? Does anyone else have anything to add today? And I will just confirm our position unless any of our art whanaunga have changed their position. Our position is still the same, that we still want to push ahead with the body ward and the representation review. So I haven't heard anything to the contrary. Right, and now we have a request for any future agenda requests.
Cam. Hi.
Oh, sorry, Cam, didn't see you down there.
Ngā mihi. Just actually a point of clarification, the meeting timetable does say that community board members are allowed at this table. Do we have speaking rights as well? Just
I'd have to check.
Make absolutely sure.
Terms of reference, do you know?
Yeah, so we're not sure, but if we follow the mayor's guidance, there will be speaking rights, and I can't imagine a time where I wouldn't let you speak.
Right. Ngā mihi.
Put it that way.
So I will just add to that round table then, if that's okay. The lady herself, Chris Pavan, just walked in just before. So I just want to point out that tomorrow we have our Otaki Safety Symposium version 2,
Yes, we
version
do.
Roa, which Ngā Hapa o Otaki are attending, plus Ministry of Social Development, MHUD, Kāinga Ora. Basically, I think we ended up with too many people for the supper room, so we've had to go to a larger venue, and it shows just how much effort's been put in to the safety symposium and working towards a better and safer Otaki for all of Otaki. So we're very grateful for the Ngā Hapa Otaki's attendance and participation in this. And so we're looking for a really good result. No pressure, Chris.
And kia ora, Cam. And yes, I know Chris has been working tirelessly behind the scenes to pull what was a little idea that formed in a little hui has turned into this mammoth herding of everyone into one space. So it's been really good. And considering some of the stuff that's been happening down in our communities, well needed. Yeah, so kia ora for that. If there's nothing, I don't see anything online. So if there is nothing else around the table, that makes for a very succinct Te Whakaminenga meeting. Does anyone else have anything to raise on anything just before we sign off?
I think just acknowledging your ability to pull such a quick meeting. I think it's
Thank you.
well done, well done. I was thinking to myself, can you do it a second time and have a quick meeting? And I was like,
Oh, I don't think I take all the credit for that. I think the agenda had something to do with it, but I'll take it.
that's true.
Yeah. The next one may not be so short. So, on that note, I think we can close, and we will. Korodon, could you close us off with a karakia, please? Yeah.
Ngari e take kei rote a haune, mo te whare o the community centre I hui mātou I nanahi. Tio, e pehea rā te wete haere ngā te rāpare. Ara ko I hui mātou, a ke mahi rā mātou he māhere. Wetai ho ngā rākau pēr. O te whare rā pirangi kia noho I reira te kauni hera. Engari wetahi o ngā mea ana ka tukuna atu, ka kia atu kia rātu kia tahuna rā ngā mea kāre pirangi. So we just had a little meeting with Tio, because their whānau is in charge of the whare over here, the community centre, and it was brought up about the renovation of the whare, I suppose, over with so what we're going to do is we're going to sort out a team, and we'll organise our karakia in the form of how we're going to do it. But I think the council wanted some of the timber to be left, to be reused, and that. So yeah, so I thought that was something so important to bring in that they put up yesterday. I can hear wai hora tēnā, I roto I tā mātou hui. So we can leave that in there and have a think about it, because I think there's asbestos in there in the whare. But we'll write up a plan with Hara and Mātou, with Tio and that, and then we can go ahead with how we're going to go through the process of whakahautia te whare, to re-renovate it, yeah. Because this whare here was done the same way. We had this chamber was upstairs and we couldn't get the old people up there, but I was fit enough to run up there every time. But so they had to change it, but a lot of it was just, we did the same process, that this was just brought down here and all the workers went upstairs. But he ahua māmara te rāmahi, that was easier, but I think with the community centre over here is going to be maybe a wee bit more he me tapu pēr, e piri atu ki tērā o tātou whare. No reira. So we decided we'll come back with a plan. Hara, ka noho tahi ke mātou. And there's a rāwiri, o tātou katoa. So we'll sit down, do up a plan and come back to the council through Sonia. I think it's Sonia, because Sonia ke te mea ke te kawe ake. Tēnei kaupapa. Yeah, all right, that's all. Reira, hi, kāchina. I've got a banana here, so I might have some bit of food out here to eat before I go. Reira, kia tauranga mana ki tanga ki runi a mātou I tēnei wā. I roto I tēnei o tātou hui. Hako I hichi tā mātou hui, engari he pau namu. Ko ngā kōrero ko puta mai. I roto I tēnei o tātou hui. Ana ke arongo mātou ki te te tangi o te i ngā manu e ki ana nei. Kia toi te kupu, kia toi te reo, kia toi ngā kōrero katoa ko puta mai, i roto i tēnei o tātou hui. No nei rā, te whānau ane rā, ko puta atu rā i tēnei wā. Mō mātou whakaro, i raro rā hoki te kōrero o Tareina Whita, i te atu e te hunga tapu e noho mai rā i runga i te rangi. Kia tapu tō ingoa, kia tai mai tauranga tiratanga, kia mētia tau e pai ai ki runga rā i te whenua, kia rite anō ki tō tarangi, ka whakamui michi anō hoki ne mātou, kia koe e ihua krōria rā ki tō ingoa tapu, ake, ake, ake. Amen. Kia ora tātou.
Kia ora, Koro Don. Now, I've just noticed that Martin's got his light on, but I don't have the list on, it's not coming up on my screen, which is why I didn't notice it. So I'm going to invite you to say your piece, Martin. I'm looking at Hudders and it's on Hudders, it's not on mine. I can't see that.
Kia ora. Thanks for that, Koru. Look, I just wanted to just check the PMO office as well linked into that process as such. Yeah, I just, again, it's one of those things that might be assumed rather than actually just ticked off. I'm picking that they will be, but it'd just be good to have that linkage here just to make sure it's all tied up together as such. Just a process thing, Koru, that's all.
We'll just put it on our radar.
Yep.
Yeah, sorry, the names are not coming up and I've just seen it on Hudders, so apologies for that. With that, I think we are done. Kia ora tātou. Thank you for coming along.
Nice quick meeting.